between the MLB, the WNBA, the Big Three basketball tournament, and of course, some esports. We have a ton of plays to hammer on PrizePicks. So what I did was hopped on the Daily Grind Fantasy DFS Optimizer, and I found 6 plays for you guys to lock in. When we get all 6 to cash, we will 25x our money, turning 20 bucks into $500. My name is Matt Modai on behalf of Daily Grind Fantasy, and I recommend you tail this 6-pick slip on PrizePicks with me. As I mentioned, I found all of the plays on the DFS Optimizer, which is really, really cool. You just choose the platform that you're using, PrizePicks, Underdog, down to Thrive, and then it gives you all of the necessary information that you need. Player name, literally just who you're taking. The stat, which is the stat you're taking, whether you're taking the over or the under. And then these next 4 are very important, which I will detail in a little bit as we go through our picks. Just a couple things to keep in mind with PrizePicks. Best bang for your buck in terms of value. This is just based on the payouts in your win percentage per individual leg. Best bang for your buck is to play 5 or 6 pick flips. Again, that's just the best value in terms of expected value. Another thing that's really cool about PrizePicks is all these plays we see like less than, more, whatever. You don't get charged any extra juice no matter what plays you add. Now, if you think about sports betting, the actual sports books, the FanDuels, the DraftKings of the world, if they deem a play likely to hit, they're going to charge more money for it. Like if we scroll down, this play isn't even in my entry, but just for the purposes of this example, we see like the sports books price this, minus 134, minus 145, down to up to minus 149. Well, for PrizePicks, we could take this play, which the sportsbooks have heavily favored, or we could take the under, which they don't have favored, and we're getting the same exact payout. Like we see right here, if I change this to less than, payout's the exact same. So when you're using PrizePicks, you're literally just looking for plays that are likely to hit. And when I mean likely to hit, I mean let the sportsbooks tell you what plays they deem likely to hit, and you put those into an entry. I like to call it the caveman method because it literally is so simple. You're just looking for plays that are likely to hit, but that's not the case when you're sports betting. You're looking for value. You're still looking for value on PrizePicks, but it's different type of value. And now let's talk through it. Play number 1 for this entry. It's an esports play. Balulu to go less than 2.5 map 1 kills. So let's chat about that one. So the play here, player name Balulu, stat map 1 kills. We're taking the under 2.5. Now, PrizePicks has this at 2.5, as do the sportsbooks. So there's no difference between the PrizePicks line and the sportsbook line. So we'll save this discrepancy for a different play. But the way all the profitability comes from is DGF calculates what they deem to be the true line of a market. Now this number, which we see is minus 181, converts to a win percentage just below 60%. This number, these odds you see here, they're calculated from DGF pulling lines from all of the major sharp sports books and then removing the VIG from those books and all that good stuff, coming up with their own perfect line of a market, taking into account where every major sports book is pricing something. So really you can view this as the true line, the perfect line for an individual market, which in this case is the Balulu map 1 kills. So this has a win percentage of about 60%, which makes it really good to put in PrizePicks, where you need to have your win percentage right around above the 54.5% mark. Like we see here, the shades of green get a little bit lighter as you go below 54.5, and they start to get to yellow when you go to 54 and 53. So as long as you're above that, like I said, 54.5 roughly percent mark, you're good to go. So this is play number 1, Balulu under 2.5 map 1 kills. Next up, we have another esports play. We're taking Someday, that's his name, to go less than 2 map 1 kills. We see that play right here. Someday under 2 map 1 kills. Now this is an example of where there's a discrepancy between the PrizePicks line and the sportsbook line. We see that PrizePicks prices this at 2. We see the sportsbooks price this at 1.5. Now this is an example. You see this little checkbox here show DFS line discrepancies. This is exactly what we're talking about when we're talking about a line discrepancy. PrizePicks has it at 2. Sportsbooks have it at 1.5. Why is that a big deal? Well, going from 2 to 1.5, that's a massive, massive deal when you think about it. Like the percent difference from 1.5 to 2, depending on how you want to assign probabilities, is like a 25 to 33% difference. So really, when you want to think about the pricing, the line discrepancies between PrizePicks and the sports books, the smaller the actual numbers become, the more meaningful the gap becomes as well. Like if we're talking football and we're talking Josh Allen passing yards, PrizePicks has it at 299.5. The sports books have it at 300. That's not that big of a deal because the percent chance that he lands on exactly 300 is small. This going from 1.5 to 2, that's a huge deal. The percent chance that he lands on exactly 1, that's like a 50% chance, if not higher, depending on how you, again, want to assign probabilities. So all in all, DGF is giving this under, should be priced at -179, giving you a percent odds to hit of about above 57%. That's the difference between a line discrepancy, a PrizePicks line, and a sportsbook line. That stuff is really important as our second play. Next up, we got a play in the Big Three. Now, I've been to a tournament of the Big Three. It's very, very fun. So always good to have some skin in the game. We're taking Franklin Session to go less than 22.5 points, rebounds, assists. We see that play down here. This is another example of a line discrepancy. PrizePicks has it at 22.5. The sportsbooks have it at 21.5. Obviously, if the sportsbooks have their over/under below the number that PrizePicks has, we know that the under is going to be the favored outcome. How much is it favored? Well, we see that right here. The DGF line has the true line of this at -157, giving us a win percentage of 55.6%. That's our third play. Next up, another play in the Big Three, our fourth play. Jonathan Simmons, former Sixer legend, also played for the Magic, to go more than 12.5 points. That is a play that we see right here. Jonathan Simmons over 12.5. This is another example of a line discrepancy. You see this a lot where PrizePicks has their lines themselves priced differently than the sports books. It's a really easy way to take advantage of mispriced lines on PrizePicks. They have it at 12.5. Sportsbooks have it at 13.5. DGF calculates the true line of this to be at -153, giving us a win percentage above 55%. That's our fourth play. Now we have two more PrizePicks plays that are esports. Schlatan is our fifth play to go more than 3 map 1 kills. We see that right here, over 3 map 1 kills. This is another example of a line discrepancy. The last two are going to be line discrepancies. The sportsbooks have it at 3.5. We're taking the over 3. DGF calculates the true line of this to be at -152 with the win percentage just below 55%. And then the last play is the same exact one. Practice more than 3 map 1 kills. Literally the same exact logic here. PrizePicks has it at 3. The sportsbooks have it at 3.5. The DGF line is -152. The win percentage is just below 55%. And that rounds out our 6 picks for the day. Balulu, less than 2.5 map 1 kills. Someday, less than 2 map 1 kills. Franklin Session, less than 22.5 points, rebounds, assists. Jonathan Simmons, more than 12.5 points. Schlatan, more than 3 map 1 kills. Practice, more than 3 map 1 kills. 6 plays that we are absolutely going to hit, absolutely going to go 6-0. When we do, we will 25x our money, turning $20 into 500. And that's all I got. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are not already. Again, thanks for watching and have a good one.